About every hour, Stipe Miocic crosses my mind. I could be having a drink, I could be at my kid's volleyball game, and I'm thinking about Stipe.
I think that it's just the two styles. Styles make matchups. I think we have two great styles, make like electricity, a lot of fireworks. I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing fight. I'm going to come out on top and show a lot of people that I deserve to be heavyweight champ.
The wait is finally over. UFC 309 is around the corner, and the main event is absolutely blood-curdling. A clash between two giants of the heavyweight division.
So it is the perfect time to announce another badass fight. For the heavyweight championship of the world, Jon Jones, the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, will defend his title against the greatest heavyweight of all time, former champ Stipe Miocic.
November 17th can't get here any sooner, and what a glorious time to be a fight fan. There are only a few days to find out who the baddest man in the world is.
This is a fight that had to be done for, especially, when you think about the legacy of Jones, the legacy of Stipe. It's a fight that had to happen, and no better place for it to happen than Madison Square Garden.
How many times have we had the opportunity to see two greats in potentially the last fights of their careers in the battle for gold? The impossibility of predicting the flow and outcome of the fight only decorates its weight. And it's one of those bouts that doesn't need excessive trash talk to be interesting. Neither fighter needs an introduction, but they definitely deserve it. The time has come when Bruce Buffer will finally roar their names into the microphone.
It's time!
In one corner, we have a 37-year-old fighter who is the only one left on the throne of all the old champions. Jon Bones Jones is a former and longtime UFC light heavyweight champion and the current heavyweight champion of the UFC. Albuquerque's finest is one of the most experienced fighters when it comes to title fights. A controversial figure outside the cage, and a killer inside it. Johnny Boy has been through every flame the UFC has lit before him. This man does not know what it means to be defeated and will have his hand raised one way or another. He spent a decade fighting under the UFC spotlight, defeating the best fighters from all over the world.
Jon Jones is the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
Now it's undeniable.
Jon Jones is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world and the greatest fighter fucking ever. Period. End of story.
In the other corner will be a 42-year-old fighter with every right to be called the greatest heavyweight of all time. Ohio firefighter Stipe Miocic is a former UFC heavyweight champion who paved his way with the heads of the division's famous heavyweights. His reign was stopped by a brutal knockout in 2021, and Stipe will return to the cage on November 17th with vengeful intentions. A man who knows how to come back even better after defeat will have two tasks: extinguish the fire that will be brought by Jon Jones and try to get back what belongs to him.
First of all, I think that Stipe was in phenomenal shape, and mentally, Stipe was in a great place. And Stipe's one of the greatest ever, too, in the heavyweight division.
We can't even remember the last time we had a clash of supreme achievers who were way ahead of their competition. Jon Jones is the youngest UFC champion ever competing for the promotion since 2008. In 15 years of fighting at the elite level, Bones has compiled a fairy tale record of 21 wins and 1 loss by disqualification. He has fought the last 16 battles for the title and knows firsthand what a 25-minute dogfight means. There are fighters with awesome resumes, and then there is Jon Jones. He is the man who not only out-wrestled the Olympic wrestler Daniel Cormier, but also destroyed his perfect record.
He was strong.
He was always
When we
strong.
fought, he was strong. Like, he was strong. Leverage. Great with his leverage. Because I thought, without a shadow of a doubt, that I would take him down at will. But it's hard. Even if you get a takedown, it's hard against the best guys.
Alexander Gustafsson is another fighter who faced Jones twice and lost both times. It was one of the biggest challenges that forced Jones to go beyond his limits and show everyone what he's made of. Their epic clash from 2013 was the fight of the year, which was later inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame.
Jon Jones is such a beast. For me, Jon Jones, winning over Jon Jones is bigger than taking the belt. I'm telling you, the guy is such a beast.
Jones knows how to overcome adversity. Former light heavyweight champion Victor Belfort is one of the few guys to bring Jon on the verge of defeat when he locked him in an armbar. But he forgot that Bones would rather lose his arm than lose his title and undefeated record.
And I had my opportunity. I think when I heard pop, I kind of I kind of lost the pressure and he got away. And it is what it is, man. You know, I thought I really had that arm, but he fought through it. You know, he did great.
As he himself says, everyone is undefeated until they face him. Dominic Reyes was another in a line who believed Jones was only human. He indeed took him to the brink of destruction. The Devastator gave his all, but it just wasn't enough. His career lost its luster after the defeat and fell into the abyss. And Jones proved that Dominic was just another pawn in his game of chasing greatness.
But you're a pawn in this game, bro. I've been talking about it for a long time. Like DC, like all of them. You're just a piece in the puzzle, bro. I'm trying to be great, bro, and you're just a part of it.
In his streak of victories, he has 10 finishes by knockout, 10 decisions, and 7 submissions, which shows that Jones can finish a fight on any field of the game. What is certain, looking at the competition, is that Jones never had a taste for easy battles. His style is well-rounded, his IQ is over the roof, and his techniques are malicious. He will not hesitate to seriously injure his opponent, and he's always ready to unleash his dark side.
Jon Jones is the nastiest dude ever in the history. And I always say this about Jon's got a dark side to him, man. Jon's got like those dogs that'll rip your arms apart and do all that.
Oh man. Well, you know, my coach teaches us to be malicious. This is combat. And at the end of the day, Thiago was trying to break my jaw tonight. He was trying to give me brain damage tonight.
Stipe's legendary UFC career began in 2011, and the thing he and Jones have in common is an enviable resume. He has amassed 14 wins and 4 losses. His ability to end the fight mainly comes with knockouts, of which Stipe has 9 and 5 decisions, which proves that Stipe is also a fighter who is not afraid of a long and bloody fight. He fought his last 8 battles with the title on the line, and you'll hardly find an easy fight in Miocic's battle diary. While many turn their attention and glorify Jones, they forget that Stipe is the most dangerous test for him so far. Don't let his age fool you, because the fireman spent it cleaning up the heavyweight division. Jon may have beaten DC twice, but Stipe is the one who beat him twice in the heavyweight division. He did it once by knockout, and the second time by decision. He emerged victorious from the trilogy, and thus earned Daniel's respect.
Stipe Miocic has won and defended this belt twice. If he wins again, he's the most successful heavyweight champion we've ever seen. And don't forget, he's got 5 knockouts in a row himself. So somebody's going to sleep, and I'm just glad I get to be in the building to watch it.
In 2016, Stipe knocked out Fabricio Verdum to become the new champion and break his 6-fight winning streak. It was all over in the first round, all thanks to Miocic's heavy hands, and he did so in Verdum's country of Brazil.
I'm very excited, you know, I'm in the stadium, all my friends there, you know, yes, I'm very sad for that, you know, I'm sad because I lose my belt there in Brazil. After I lose the belt the first week, I'm very scared about the firefighters, you know, but
that he is no stranger to coming back from defeat is best evidenced by his revenge victory against Junior Dos Santos. JDS defeated him in 2014 by a judge's decision, and 2 years later, Miocic triumphed with a knockout in the first round. Not only that, but in Dos Santos' career, he will forever be the man who hit him with the hardest.
Who is the biggest puncher you feel you ever faced off with?
For me, it was Stipe. Stipe hits very hard. Stipe was the big knockout power for me, you know. Man, on our first fight, on the second round, he hits me with a cross right in the face, man. That was so hard. I couldn't see anything, and I couldn't hear. I was listening just, but I was cautious. Yeah. I was cautious. I was listening to that noise, and I couldn't see. I was seeing kind of black. And even in the fight, you can see I'm doing this with the hand, looking for him, you know, and luckily, he came closer to me, and then I hugged him. And I was hugging him and like, wait, stay here for a little, come on. And then I was able to recover and keep fighting, and I won the fight. So that I remember that punch was probably the hardest punch I felt in my career.
Wow.
It was Stipe Miocic who dominantly shut down Francis Ngannou's hype train in 2018. The Predator was the fear and trembling of the division, an undefeated fighter who extinguished anyone who stood in his way. But when it came to the title fight, his power and terror were completely neutralized for 25 minutes. Stipe's skill and experience prevailed.
Let me tell you what, this guy is tough. it's not easy to crack. It's tough. I think that's something that people don't realize about him, how tough he is. And he's good. Like, he has a very good fight IQ. He knows exactly what to do and when to do that to win a fight.
Neither one nor the other lacks motivation for this clash because it is what both of them want. The showdown of two complete MMA fighters guarantees fireworks wherever the fight takes place, and the hardness of both hints that the night could be long. Two of the most accomplished fighters in UFC history, each with a unique legacy. They come from a long break to put their careers on the line, and the winner takes it all. Will Miocic show that heavyweight is his division and that he is dangerous regardless of age and possible ring rust? Or will Jones, as always, be cunning and find his way to victory despite not being tested enough in the heavyweight division?
Everything I do will be about Stipe Miocic. I believe that I'm going to not only win this fight against Stipe, but I'm going to finish Stipe Miocic.
There are many questions, but with a little patience, we will get all the necessary answers on November 17th.
Yeah, John Jones is the highest fight IQ of all time next to Mighty Mouse. Like, he finds a way to win, you know, and he's an unbelievable grappler. That's why that would be such a good fight.
I do look at myself as being one of the most dominant fighters in MMA history, especially considering the competition I've faced.